still waiting for more time to show up? Spoiler alert, it won't. If you're building your business while still working 9 to 5, it's not about finding more hours. It's about creating systems that make those hours that you have count. Drop systems in the comments if you're just done with winging it and you're ready for a change. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Transformational Thursday. This is the space where we talk about real strategies for leaving your 9 to 5 and stepping into your CEO energy with structure and confidence. If you're joining me live right now, drop live CEO in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, then drop replay so I know that you stopped by. I would really appreciate it. I'm going to ask some questions too, just to get some engagement happening. It'd be great if when I ask the questions, if you can drop some comments in there to answer those questions. Let's get started. Why does this matter? Why does it matter? Most entrepreneurs stay stuck in a loop of hustling through all the way to burnout. If you keep hustling, that's what's going to happen. You're going to burn out, and then your creativity is going to stop. Your energy is going to stop. You're going to get sick, and we don't want that happening. You're reacting instead of planning. You're not taking time to plan. You're just, being reactive rather than proactive. And you're starting out strong, but then stopping again because there's only so much you can do. The root cause of this is because you have no system. Time management isn't about cramming as much as you can into the calendar. It's not about trying to work 24-hour days. It's about focusing the energy that you have on moves to move forward your business. So ask yourself, or I'm going to ask you, you can drop it into the comments. Have you ever said, if I just had more time? Have you ever said that? I'm sure you have. Be honest. Say that. And let's break that cycle today. Here's some tips that we're going to go through to help you break the cycle. Here's where 3 of the biggest lies happen about time. I just need to be better at multitasking. How many times have you heard yourself say this? How many times have you heard other people say that I just need to be a better multitasker? Here's the truth. Multitasking kills focus. If you're multitasking, you're not focusing in any one thing and you're not doing any one task justice. Task switching costs you hours. Time is money. It costs you hours. I spoke about this in the past, and if you didn't attend that live, I'm going to tell a little tip about a little activity I want you to try after this live, because we don't have time for you to do it in it. But I want you to write 1 to 10, and I want you and then I want you to do it in like 1 to 10. I want you to do it in Roman numerals, and I want you to do it in ABCs, right? In the alphabet. And I want you to go across and go 1 I A, 2 B I, like that. And when you're doing that, I want you to time yourself. When did you start and when did you finish getting all of those filled in? And then I want you to do the second set where you're going to do 1 to 10, I to X, and then A to whatever 10 letters are of the alphabet is. I want you to do that and then see your time. And I bet you're going to be way faster when you do like 1 to 10 and then I to X and then your alphabet than when you went across. Just a tiny little exercise that will prove to you how when you're switching tasks, when you're constantly task switching, you're losing time because you're losing focus. It's much better to plan things, have, everything of the same type, get it done, and then switch to something else. You're going to deliver a lot faster, a lot more. Trust me. Okay. Another myth is I can't plan until I have more time. I need to have more time and then I'm going to sit down and plan. The only way to make progress with limited time is actually to plan ahead. Planning gives you hours, right? It gives your hours direction. Here's what I'm going to do in these hours. Take the time to plan, and then you're going to find that your work is going to flow so much better. And then the next lie, the third lie of my biggest 3 lies is I need to be working all the time to grow my business. Wrong, 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 right? Working nonstop doesn't scale. Systems do. Having systems in place is what helps you to scale, not working, nonstop. As I mentioned before, you're working nonstop. Eventually, your body is going to crash and burn. Your brain is going to stop. And there's times that you're going to be working even in a day when you say, okay, I'm working all day. I'm going to work, 14 hours. Well, a whole bunch of those hours are non-productive. Your brain will stop working. What we need to do is have systems instead of working nonstop. Which of these lies has been running your calendar lately? Is it, I just need to be better at multitasking? Is it, I can't plan until I have more time? Or is it, I need to be working all the time to grow my business? Which of those? Or is it all of the above? I can tell you a lot of times for me, it's all of the above, right? And I have to step back. I have to remind myself of that. Here's what to shift if you're serious about making your time count. First of all, start with energy, not time. Identify when is your highest energy flow windows and schedule business tasks there. Schedule your highest creativity task, your biggest goal, what you need to achieve that week. Have it done right in those energy hours. And not just energy hours. Think about energy days. Like which days do you have the most energy and which days don't you? When you come to like today, Thursdays and Fridays, for me, my energy starts to go down. I would want to schedule things for my energy time into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. I'm a daytime morning person. So for me, my energy time is in the mornings. I will schedule things in the morning. If, for instance, you go to the gym, maybe your person goes to gym at lunchtime, or you take a nap. Some people do some power naps. Then maybe you have another boost of energy in the afternoon. Identify your high energy windows and then schedule your business tasks in there. Schedule the things that has to be done, the goals, the highest priority goals that you need for that day, for that week in that window, and then do the rest of thing. Stop using your best hours to do chores. Stop using your best hours for scrolling and for busy work. Leave that for later at night. Don't do your chores in your home in the morning. Leave that at nighttime. If you're wanting to prep food, any of those things, do that at nighttime. Use your time in the mornings for your, where you're the high energy, high creativity. It's not about, the other thing I want to tell you, it's not about having, initiative and willpower either. Again, energy, willpower feeds on energy. When you don't have the energy, you don't have the willpower. It's not that I don't have enough willpower. It's because you're putting things in to be done in the wrong places, in the wrong times in your day. Start doing that. Start scheduling those things, high energy windows for the highest priority things, and then low priority things, chores, things like that, put it later where, in your low energy hours. The other thing to do is batch your work. Remember, we just talked about the lie about multitasking. Batch your work into things that are either the same thing, just get it done, or things that are similar together. Batch those together. For instance, create content for the whole week or month. I do month's content in one sitting. I'm going to create a month's worth of content in that time. Create it, and then it's done, and you can move on. Then do like group client calls, or do your discovery calls, or things in any of those kind of things. Like have it in like a single afternoon. Have this day be my day that I'm going to meet with clients. This day is my day I'm going to meet with other real estate investors and do my networking. Have them in a single afternoon or in a single day. You don't want to be context switching. Reduce your context switching and plan your days according to themes. Like, here's what I'm going to do. You're not having to, I'm going to do this. I've got to do that. Oh, I'm going to do some admin work now. Oh, but I have phone calls to make and follow ups to do, right? You don't want to be doing that. Speaking of admin, etc., here's a CEO week framework, right? Do planning on a Monday, right? Perfect day to do your planning. You're now re-energized from the weekend. You've got more ideas. You know what in your week. So do your planning, have your Monday as your planning. And like I said, content planning, etc. Create your content plan for the week and have Tuesdays and Wednesdays be your client, your investors, your revenue generating tasks. Have those happen in Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And then maybe Thursdays is your marketing day. That's the day you're going to go out and market, do all your marketing. Maybe you're going to go to some networking events, etc. And then on the Friday, that's your day where, that's your day when you're probably the lowest energy. Let's leave that for like admin, review, email follow-ups, all those kind of things. Put that on a Friday when you don't need that creative energy, the planning, the strategic mind. You're going to just get crap done, right? Get that stuff cleared up. Try that. Try booking. Take some time. I want you to take some time and plan those out. Look at your tasks, write down all your tasks, and then start planning it into those kind of categories. And you'll see a big difference. Build a 3-block daily system. You're going to do your focus work, right? That would be midday. You're going to do meetings and calls. And then evening, you're going to do, creative catch up, or you're going to read a book, you're going to catch up on stuff, or you're going to rest. Try setting up blocking your day like that. Focus work, meetings and calls in midday and afternoon, and then your evening, leave that for, I'm going to read a book on improving, my habits or something like that. Catch up on maybe emails, texts, etc., or just rest. Honestly, rest is actually underrated. Everybody thinks I can't rest, that rest is actually going to keep me back. I'm going to lose hours by resting, but actually resting is actually going to give you hours because it's going to give you that creativity. It's going to make the hours that you work more productive. Make sure you're getting rest. And then the next thing to do is automate what's repeatable. Use tools for scheduling. I keep telling all my clients right away, I say, have you automated your calendar? That's the first thing to do. There's so many free automated calendar scheduling tools out there. Just get one of those and automate your calendar. Set up, then that in there, you're going to set up the times you are available. And then you just give people the link and let them book in at their convenience into your convenient time. And you're not spending time back and forth having a discussion of when are you available? What's the best time? What's the best day? Blah, 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 blah. Right? Just give them your link and have them use that. Email follow-ups, have that be, something if you can follow up with those. Look at how you can do follow-ups for certain types of emails by automating it, and automate social media. You can schedule your social media to come out on certain times when you're doing it. If you're doing it on your phone, you can do a scheduling. On your laptop, the scheduling doesn't work. But you can schedule in groups, or if you've got a group, scheduling on your laptop, you can schedule all of those. LinkedIn can be scheduled. Facebook, that's what I was talking about saying, because we're on Facebook right now. But if you're a LinkedIn user, all of LinkedIn posts can be scheduled. Schedule those posts. Remember, we talked about creating content in the batching. Well, we can then put that content in and schedule it and have it automate. When you're using Meta can schedule your post so that it goes into both Facebook and into Instagram. So look at all these tools and schedule. Record and reuse content. Don't reinvent the wheel every week. You can record a content. For instance, I'm doing this live and I've got little pieces that I'm talking about. I can then take this 30-minute live, and I can chop it up. And now I have more content. And then from this content too, I can write posts from it. Taking these ideas that I'm talking about, I can then split it out and make posts. The same thing for you. Create some content and then chop it up, make that content that you're doing from that in a video, then make it into a post, split them up, the ideas that you discussed, you're going to get several posts from them. Do something like that. Create, record, reuse content, and don't reinvent the wheel every week. Which one of these do you think would save you the most time right now? I want you to commit something into the chat, put it into the comments as to which one of these are you going to commit to doing right now. Are you going to start looking at your high energy windows and scheduling your tasks into there? Are you going to batch your work into sections? You're going to create that framework for your weekdays as, Monday planning, Tuesday and Wednesday, the client and, revenue generating tasks and marketing tasks on a Thursday, and then Friday is your admin and review. Or are you going to work on blocking your daily system into here's my focus work, here's my meetings and my calls, and later this is my time to do catch up, do some creative reading, and just rest. The last one, automate what is repeatable. Look at finding tools that will automate. I just bought a tool called Content 360. I haven't used it as yet, but they're saying that I can use the same content and post across like 20 different platforms, and I can schedule it. So I'm going to be checking that one out and seeing how I can use that to be even more effective with the work I'm doing. I already have a scheduling tool, and I have automated my emails so that they can go out ones that for my newsletters, etc. Some of the emails that you get, they're automated. Think about doing those things. What are repeatable and that you can automate and use tools that can help you with that. Let's build your starter weekly system. On Monday, I want you to create a 30-minute CEO session just for yourself to plan out content ideas. What are some of the offers you can offer people to attract them to you? And what are your top 3 business goals? Time block 30 minutes for your planning out what type of content do you want to create. Just the ideas. You're not going to create it. You don't have enough time. But some of those ideas of what plan for this, on a Monday for that week, what kind of content do you want to cover that week? Plan that out. Then on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I want you to use your focus power hours. One of them, block 60-minute power blocks for content or client growth. Using that on those 60-minute power blocks for content or client growth. And then on Thursdays, do marketing tasks like post content, respond to leads, host a live. And on Friday, do your admin and follow-ups, go through your inbox, clean up your tech, review your finances, get all those receipts in to a folder, get all those receipts out of your emails and into a folder for your bookkeeping. Get all of those done. And then on a weekend, optional is catch up if you choose it, but only if you're behind, right? This is a choice, right? Do you want to work weekends or not? You don't have to. Try to get everything into that the most important things, all those things in to your scheduling for your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and leave your weekends for your family to regenerate and, think about your why and build and look after yourself, right? Take a mini spa day, right? Relax in your bathtub, have a hot bath and just read a book. So some recommended tools for this is your Google Calendar and just do time blocking. Simple. The simplest thing, not complicated. I always say to my clients, start simple, start where you are. Use your Google Calendar and start time blocking. Use Trello or ClickUp or like a tracking tool. I use Asana. That's more complicated because it's a project management tool, but a Trello board where you've got, here's my doing, here's my in progress, and here's my done. Use Trello to track it. And if you want to do a Pomodoro timer, get a Pomodoro timer for deeper, more focus work. I also advise you to, if you don't already have it, get something like Calendly, scheduling. In AppSumo, they've got TidyCal. It's like $39 and you have a lifetime use of it, and it doesn't have all those restrictions that you get with the free versions of Calendly. You can check those out. My tip is don't start with perfection, start with consistency, right? Being consistent. Try doing these things and being consistent, and then you can go back and tweak. But put this into practice, be consistent, and then go back and tweak. Okay. Drop systems in the comments if this helped you shift how you think about your time. Drop that in there for me to see. And what's one system you are going to commit to building this week? Drop that in there. This is for you. This is to hold you accountable. I want you to, when you put it out in the universe, you tend to do it more than if you just say it to yourself. I want you to put those things in. What's the one system you're committing to right now, today, building into the next week that you're going to commit to doing today? Time is not your enemy. I need you to shift that mindset. The lack of structure that you put into your schedule, into your calendar, into your life, into your business, that's what's the enemy. Debbie out.